Welcome back, G Nation, to another Godzilla report. So, I've been seeing all across my feed the Godzilla minus Zero trailer released, and this is fucking fantastic. Absolutely, man. I watched the trailer over. It was absolutely golden. Makes me very excited. A November 3rd release date gets me even more than excited. But there's an interesting little detail that everyone and their mother has been talking about. If we go to right about here in the trailer, we're seeing a bunch of blue energy holding up buildings, that seem to be affected by some sort of gravity alteration. Now, a lot of people are concluding that the fact that either A, Godzilla will get a new ability, B, King Ghidorah has shown up again, or C, a more sinister third option. The main reason for option A is because of the fact that Godzilla in this movie is particularly beefed up beyond belief. Absolutely roided out. You can see right there, he is just fucking jacked. And that is because, according to the plot synopsis, America has been dropping bombs right on where, or testing bombs, I should say, right around where he supposedly died. So good job on us. We basically re-raking Godzilla and gave him a nice G Fuel shaker to go with it. Which, you know, kind of fucking sucks, you know? But, more importantly, he seems to have gotten new features because of this. And that's what people are attributing this weird gravitational field to. However, the sinister second option is Ghidorah obviously coming back, because Ghidorah has known to have such abilities such as gravity manipulation, weather manipulation, whatnot. Wouldn't be out of the blue to assume that this could be another potential incarnation of Ghidorah. Not to mention, the Godzilla -1 ride in Japan actually does have a Ghidorah. That, and supposedly the producer is a mega fan of Ghidorah as well. All the signs are just pointing heavily towards that conclusion. However, I like the sinister third option. And the sinister third option is... Oh, sorry, I just shout out to Heatonic for this art. I just thought it was pretty cool just to add to the Godzilla anti-gravity argument. I thought this was pretty funny. Gravity Anguirus. What is the deal with Gravity Anguirus? I'll tell you. There is no deal. This is cope. Yeah, anyone with, you know, a couple brain cells can tell this is unfortunately copium to the highest degree. But it's funny because of the fact that it is copium. Now, Gravity Anguirus, when did it start? Well, it started from the people's longing to just have Anguirus back on the big screen, which I understand. Even though my personal favorite kaiju is Ghidorah, I'm very happy for the possible alternative, but Anguirus fans have been starving. Why is it saying premium for 50% off? Go fuck yourself, Elon Musk. Now, Anguirus coming back would be absolutely phenomenal. I'd love that. I'd love to see the big round boy back on screen. However, I feel as if we're going a little bit too far in the copium if we consider this as an option. It's just like, let's just scroll through here for a second. Yeah, Anguirus saying because Godzilla Land is blue. Always bet on Gravity Anguirus. Oh yeah, Rodan got fucking killed, apparently. That kind of sucks. But it's it's copium to the highest degree, but I can't help but absolutely adore... Wow, this picture taking a minute to look. But I can't help but absolutely adore it, because this is what Anguirus fans strive for. Even, like, just a glimmer of hope is enough for Anguirus fans to take it and run with a mile. Dude. It's absolutely amazing to witness. Now, is this actually going to happen? Probably not. The script is already set in stone. It is releasing in approximately 7 months from now. And I think we're most likely going to see just maybe even 2 Godzillas. This lovely post shout enemy 6896. It's a joke post from before the trailer came out. But this is actually a slightly conclusive argument, because of the fact that we see in this shot right here, Godzilla has particularly spine formations on his shoulder pads. But if we go to the shot at the very end that everyone's been raving about, he lacks those same spine shoulders. Now, this could obviously mean that this could just be a point before in the movie to where this occurs, and the spines are more of a recent mutation, while Godzilla's overall height is a general mutation that happened at the very beginning. Because if we notice here, in the shot everyone's loving, including me, he is taller than the Statue of Liberty. The 100-meter tall landmark, he is taller than it. He's eclipsing it, and yeah. But here's the thing: obviously, he doesn't have spikes on his shoulder, but this Godzilla seems just as big, particularly beefy. So I'd like to think that the general consensus is this is like a previous, like very early on in the movie Godzilla, and then this is like a later on Godzilla that gets new mutations. Kind of a Shin, what do you call it? Kind of a Shin episode, you call it. It's like, throughout the movie, just gets more and more add-on to him, or changes in some ways. I think that's the most likely outcome. But you gotta admit, this is some top tier shit, my gang. This is some top tier shit. Oh my god, always bet on Gravity Anguirus. Now, there are possibly a couple other options, but these are very, very unlikely. Rodan is one. Possible Rodan with gravity powers, you never know. Veron. Yeah, man, Veron. No, I'm sorry. That's not happening. But unfortunately, like, the most likely suspect is just King Ghidorah. It could be a Mothra of sorts. I mean, isn't out of the realm to assume that Mothra could have such gravitational powers, or maybe it's something different. Maybe it's like the energy of her scales, or gamma scales, or whatnot. It could always be that. But I think the former option is much, much funnier. I always think the former option is much, much funnier, because look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. This is obviously Anguirus is doing. What is happening, Shin, right there? But I think unfortunately the blue energy just kind of sells it away that this is a new Godzilla ability, because I don't think -0 is the type of movie to introduce a new kaiju. I think it's going to go deeper on Godzilla's absolute hatred towards Koichi, but in a different way. He's going to basically mentally hurt or emotionally hurt Koichi in a different way besides almost killing his wife. Maybe he's going to kill his wife again. That would suck pretty hard, but you know what? I think it's a pretty likely option. But who knows? I just think that this was a very funny argument to cover, and if this does legitimately happen on the big screen, I will be beyond elated. Absolutely beyond elated. Because, like, look at this, man. Look at this, man. This is what Anguirus fans are working with. You can't help but show some respect. You can't help but show some respect for the drive, for the hope that they have in their hearts. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, G Nation, and I'll see you next time.